Do you know what plants never cease to blow my mind? It's bulbs. Bulbs and corms and tubers and all these little things that look like little potatoes or little bits of hard dirt that we put in the ground, and from them come these gorgeous flowers. It never ceases to amaze me just what they pack into that little package. Hey everybody, Erin from the Impatient Gardener, and today we're talking about those plants, those bulbs and corms and tubers, which I think we can just generally agree to just call bulbs for the purposes of most things in life, even though there are definitely distinctions between the three. But I don't think we grow enough of them. At least I don't grow enough of them. So today I am planting 4 different kinds, 3 of which I have never grown before in my life. So we're going to start with one that I have grown before, and that's lilies. I got these lilies. Actually, I got all these bulbs in with my dahlia order from Longfield. I decided to try a few things that I've never grown, and one thing that I've been desperate to grow, which is this specific lily. This is an Asiatic lily called Royal Sunset, which I have been looking at for years on Mackinac Island in one of Jack Barnwell's plantings up by the Iroquois Hotel. Every year I admire it, and finally last year I reached out to him to find out what in the world it was. And he has a great story about this specific lily, which is that he came home one night and found this lily bulb in his pocket from some other job he had been at. And so the next day he stuck it in his lunch bag and he brought it back down to the Iroquois garden that he was working at and plunked it in the ground. And now it's a nice big patch. And that is what's so beautiful about this. This is beautiful pinks and oranges and very warm, summery, tropical colors. Much like a sunset, I guess you would say. So lilies are, I find them to be very easy to grow. In fact, you are supposed to plant them, though, before they get to this stage. These are sprouting. You don't really want them sprouting before you plant them. But they'll be okay, because all these plants are very tough. Very easy to grow. They don't ask for much, to be honest. You just plop them in the ground, a little bit of fertilizer. I mean, think about what they're doing. They're pushing out, you've seen lily flowers, they're pushing out these big flowers. So they'll appreciate a bit of fertilizer at the bottom of the hole. And then all you really have to do is protect them from various animals that would like to eat them. They are on the sort of menu of a lot of things, like voles will certainly go after these. Groundhogs will dig these up, although I think groundhogs will dig up anything. Deer love to eat these once they're up. So you have to keep that in mind when you're planting them, that you're either got to protect them or plant them someplace where they won't be necessarily obvious to critters to plant. So this is the first thing. I've got 2 bags of 5 of these, so I'm going to do 2 groupings of 5. Really easy to plant. 6 inches deep, 8 inches apart, although I'm definitely not going to plant them 8 inches apart, you know me. And they get 30, this one particular one gets 30 inches tall. So since my limelight is kind of limbed up, I thought filling in that area along the bottom with some of those lilies would look really good. You guys know this is a very colorful border over here. They should fit right in there. And then the other ones are going to go right next to the house. So I'm just using the auger for this. It goes quick and easy. No need to use an auger. You can use whatever you have to do it. I'm throwing in just a handful of Espoma rose tone in the bottom. Bulb tone would probably be better, but they're all similar. It'll all work. And then I'm just dropping them in, covering them up, and then I don't even need to water because actually we're getting rain again, so no need to do that. You might have noticed we got a new planter by the back door here. We got a new one for by the front door for a project, and I liked it so much I bought a matching one so that the 2 of them would match. This is going to be planted with mostly edibles, which are going to get, you know, probably about this tall. And so since you're not going to see anything behind it that's low, I'm not going to plant anything low there this year. But I thought there will be some tall dahlias behind there. But I thought some lilies behind it would also look great. Next up is Gladiolus. And I have never grown Gladiolus before because I don't think I like them. I have been won over by Danielle at North Lawn Flower Farm, who I think is basically like a Gladiolus expert. She did a great video for Longfield, actually, that I'll put a link to in the description for you, that talks everything you're going to need to know about them, way more than I can tell you. But at the end of the day, you guys know what these look like, right? These are kind of the old-fashioned kind, big, long spike, big flowers on them, great for bouquets. And that's what I'm growing them for. I don't personally see myself using this as a garden plant, but I'm going to put this in the cut flower beds, and they are beautiful in bouquets. I have 2 varieties. I have one called Manti, which is, or Mant, which is a purple one, and then one called Costa, which is sort of a cream and lavender lilac one. The two of them look very good together. Now the key thing to know about Gladiolus is that once they flower, and you got to grab them quick. So you're best to succession sow these. So that's what I'm going to do. Technically, you plant these like every 2 weeks. You just plant more, and then you will have flowers all the way up until frost. I think you're supposed to stop planting them about 90 days before your first frost, so that you actually get your flowers out of them. So I'm going to mix these up, a few of them in each bed, and we'll see what comes of it. And we'll see if I actually do like Gladiolus at the end of this. So these get planted 3 inches apart and 5 inches deep. I'll probably plant them closer than that, and I'm just going to stick my hand in the soil because I forgot to bring anything to dig with. Time to get these in the ground. Most of them are already sprouting. Now I've got 2 bulbs I've never heard of, but they looked cool, so why wouldn't you plant them? That's the beauty of these bulbs. Very little commitment here. Pretty cheap. You get to try it out. If you don't like it, you know, you'd be done with it. Both of these are not hardy here, so if I want to keep these, I'll have to dig them and store them. Same with the Glads, by the way. But we have here, hang on for my botanical pronunciation here, Acidanthera muriale, which is, I believe it's called Orchid. I don't know. I'll put some of the common names up on the screen for you because I can't remember them. And then Brodiea Queen Fabola, which is these really cool looking blue flowers. Both of these are going to be started the same way, which is in pots for right now. I will transplant them. I'm just going to use old nursery pots for this, but I'll transplant them out of these pots to wherever they're going to end up. Probably in a different container would be my guess. Perhaps with the Brodiea, it's so pretty. I think it'd be so pretty in a border. If I can find a nice, dry, really well draining area for it, I might transplant it there. But we're gonna get these started in pots, and we'll transplant them where they need to be. Hey gang, future Erin here. Listen, we're redoing the planting on the Brodiea because I actually planted them in a pot for this video, and then I thought about it and I did a little bit more reading, and I thought there's no need for that. So I'm actually pulled those out of the pot. They've only been there for a little bit, and I'm actually going to plant these directly into the ground. They are super deer resistant, and they actually bloom pretty early, so I'm just going to get them in the ground right now. There's no reason to mess around with putting them in a pot first. So I'm over here in the driveway garden, and we've got great drainage here. That's the one thing they really want, is really good drainage. So I'm gonna pop them in right here. Okay, Acidanthera. This is what these guys look like. A little bit bigger. And I'm gonna divide these into 2 pots. And I can see, I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but I'm kind of thinking I might do, like, add these into mixed containers. They're not going to bloom until real late in the summer. So there'll be a really nice shot of fresh color at that time. Maybe the only problem with bulbs is that the payoff at the end of a video with planting them is basically nothing, because there's nothing to see yet. But I assure you, that's the beauty of bulbs. They just do their thing and you don't really have to worry about them too much. And I need more plants like that in my life. I don't know about you, but I love it, a planted and walk away plant, and then just sit back and enjoy it from there. Okay, here's what I want to know from you. Do you have other suggestions of spring planted, summer blooming bulbs, corms, etc. that I should be trying? Because I think it's so fun to experiment with these, and I'm feeling a little bad that I've missed out on at least these 2 my whole life. I knew about Glads the whole time. Also, I want to know what your thoughts on Glads are. Is it if you like them or not? Because I feel like maybe I'm missing the boat. In fact, they are the 2022 is the year of the Gladiolus bulb for the National Garden Bureau's Year of program. So maybe I'm the only one who's been missing the boat on these, but we're gonna find out this year. Hey, if you like bulbs and you like this video, do me a favor, give me a like. I always appreciate it, and I hope you are having a great day in your garden. Come back again sometime soon and come see what else we're up to, and make sure you hang out to see how all these bulbs turn out for the rest of the summer. All right, see you soon. Thanks for watching.